List all newsfeed categories allows us to create a list of news feeds in a category. So it's going to list all the newsfeed categories for us. We need to give our link a title in the menu title. We can generate the alias or let the system do it. Leave ourselves a note. We need to edit the status, the access of this menu item, the menu location, and the parent item. Once you save this, ordering will become available. We need to set a target window for when the user clicks on the link. The default page we're going to ignore for now. The language we'll set to default. Template style, we can select a specific template style for this menu item, or we can use the default template. If you're going to select a specific template style, you need to make sure that template has proper navigation in place so the user can get back to where they were. In order to use this function, we have to select a top-level root category for our feeds. So if we have a lot of news feeds and we've created a lot of news feed categories, we need to select the top-level category and then the options. When we created the categories, we created descriptions for the categories. So are we going to use that description, or we can type in a new one here that will override the one that we originally created. Subcategory levels. How many do we want to show? Do we want to show empty categories? Subcategory descriptions. When we created categories and organized them as subcategories, we also perhaps wrote descriptions for those categories. Do we want to show those categories? Number of feeds in the category. How many do we want to show? How many feeds are in each category? And the specific category options. Once you drill down and you click on a category, you might have subcategories. So you're going to show the title, the category description, the category image, to include how many subcategory levels within that. Are you going to show empty categories, subcategory descriptions, and the number of feeds in the category? Then we have the list layouts. Once you get down a little bit deeper, you've got the number of articles, the feed links, the pagination, the table headings, things like this. Feed display options. Are you going to show the feed image, the feed description, the feed content, and the character count of that feed? One good practice might be to go ahead and create this menu item, fill in the bare minimum, give your link a name, and then simply hit save. Leave it up in the main menu, go back to your website, refresh it, click on the link, pull up the page that it's supposed to render, and then start making these changes. And then once you hit save and go back to the page, and you can refresh it and see how it affects the layout of the page. The link type options. This is for the link that we're creating in our drop-down menus or in our menu. So we want to give our link a title. Here's some specific, an optional custom style that we can apply to the menu hyperlink. Again, an optional image that can be used with the menu hyperlink. And lastly, an optional image that can be added if you've added the optional image. This adds the menu title text next to the image. You choose to do that or not. Page display options, because this is going to be a dynamically generated page, we want to make sure it has a custom title. If you choose to use page headings, it's going to become the H1 tag on your site, so make sure you put in a heading right here in the page heading box. And then we've got page class, where we can apply custom CSS just to add elements to the page. If you're going to do that, you can add that in the template.css folder file and then refer to that class here. Metadata descriptions. We want to make sure we have custom metadata descriptions on every page of our website, so go ahead and add that. You can add keywords as well. Adjust any robot instructions if you need to, and let us tell it whether or not to ignore SSL. We're going to ignore the Fusion menu split and the module assignment from now. It's not part of the default install in Joomla. On the top right hand corner here, we've got save, save and close, and save as new, and cancel, and those work in the same way that they work throughout the entire back end of Joomla. When you click save, it's going to leave you on the page and save it. When you click save and close, it's going to save it and close it. When you click save and new, it's going to save it and it's going to return you to this page with all the fields blank so you can create a new one. And cancels out all the entire operation and boots you back to the menu manager. Thanks.